Hello and welcome to the DBL Sheffield Sharks basketball game. Tonight is going to be a tough game as we are playing the Leicester Riders. They are number 2 in the league and it's going to be a fight. So let's talk to a couple of people to find out how we're going to do. Hi, I'm with Rob Paternostro. He is the coach for the Leicester Riders. Now you all are doing pretty well this season. You are number 2 right now with 13 wins, 2 losses up against Newcastle. But tell us where you are with Newcastle.
Well, I mean, right there, it's early in the season. We both have 2 losses. They have 15 wins. We have 13. But there's a long way to go, not even halfway through the league campaign. But certainly happy with the start that our guys have made. We have a lot of depth on this team, a lot of guys making an impact.
All right, and speaking of that, Clark, he is in the top 5 for assists, which is great. What about other players? How are they doing?
Well, Clark's having a good year. First year playing pro basketball. Been very happy with his progression. Pierre Hampton, as of late, playing really well. Swedish international player. But I think the strength for us is that we have a lot of guys that can make an impact. We just don't rely on 1 or 2 guys, and I always like to have a team that can hurt you in different ways.
Yeah. And of course, you're playing the Sharks tonight, which last season that was a big one against them. How are you feeling?
Good. I mean, they certainly have made a lot of changes since we played them last. We played them the first game of the year, and they're playing really well in the league. They're certainly a different team, and they have a lot of good players. So we know this will be a tough game tonight, and I think it's going to be an exciting game for the fans.
All right. Well, thank you so much, Rob.
Thank you.
I am with Coach Atiba Lyons. Coach, now we're going into a game with the Leicester Riders. Last game was a trophy game, so it doesn't really count. And it didn't go so well, but that was after a lot of wins for league games in December. How are you feeling about tonight, and how are you feeling about kind of bouncing back after the loss?
I think, with the team we have right now, it's really new core together. We haven't played much games together as a unit, and that Worcester game was first wake-up call as far as some of the cracks in our armor, if you want to say it like that. And we addressed it at practice this week. We worked hard. We kind of worked with some of the basic stuff because we kind of haven't had a chance to really go back and work on things. So we addressed some things that maybe slipped up, and hopefully we can go forward and play a tough Leicester team and play them tight and give ourselves a chance on the stretch.
And you have a few players doing really well in the league, like Tony. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, Tony's doing really well. He came off injury recently. Before that, he was leading the league in rebounding. Tough, big guy, 6'10", strong, physical, very intelligent. So it's good to have him back in the lineup. He should give us an added boost.
And do we have any injuries, or is everybody kind of back on court?
Right now, only Colin Singh's hurt. He's got an aggravated shoulder right now, and hopefully just a little bit of rest and he'll be back.
And that's a shame because he did that amazing three-pointer at the very end, which was incredible a few games ago. Well, good luck for tonight, and thank you, Coach. So let's go to our commentators for the start of the Sheffield Sharks versus the Leicester Riders.
So here we go, ready to start the big game here in Sheffield. Lots in attendance tonight. And good following from the Leicester team as always. The Leicester fans are here to support Tony Reblicki against Shane Walker, and the Sharks just lose that. Hampton picks it up, and nice layup. Sharks really grabbed that there and just took control.
Sheffield had a chance to get it, but Hampton made a good hustle play, and Leicester kind of came out in the semi-press just to maybe slow Sheffield down a little bit. So Sheffield straight inside to Tuck.
Mike Tuck goes into the post, comes underneath Taylor King's arms, doesn't quite get it to come in, and Bernardini comes down the floor quick, and beautiful move there, just rearranges it underneath the backboard.
Yeah, a good Euro step move, something that's coming into the game a lot over the last 5-6 years. But I suppose a good thing for Leicester, they're out in transition twice, creating easy baskets for themselves.
Sharks coming under a lot of pressure there. The press coming in quickly from Leicester. They are deep. They go hard all the way through the game, and the Sharks just need to make sure they're ready for that as it comes. Mike Tuck gets it the ball to Reblicki. Ball's coming round to Rishon, who gets it down to Mike Tuck. It goes inside, makes the layup there.
Yeah, Tuck, interesting matchups from Leicester. Kings on Tuck. Tuck probably got a bit of a quickness advantage, and he's taken it and been active twice with it. Sheffield in 2-3 zone by the looks of it here.
Ball goes to the baseline. And Walker pulls up from the top, doesn't drop there for him, and the Sharks come away with the ball.
Sheffield kind of started out in showing a bit of 2-3, and then as the offense went on, they matched up with Leicester. It was an interesting look.
Mike Tuck there, nice spin move off Hampton there. Obviously the Sharks quickly going inside to Mike Tuck, looking to get him going early in this game.
Yeah, sure.
Ball comes into Walker. The Riders, Clark there trying to drop it, gets it back into the Walker. Good defense from the Sharks, but Walker pulls the rebound in, gets underneath, and Mike Tuck with the rejection, but it comes out to Taylor King, doesn't drop, and the ball's a little bit going all over the place there, that pinball, but Jordan Davies secures it. Comes in looking to try and feed it to somebody, pops it over to Tony Rublicki, who goes to the left-hand little baby hook shot there, drop, and a quick outlet again. Good fast play by Bernardini. Ball comes, feeds it back in there. Yeah, and the speed down the floor from the Riders is impressive.
Yeah, it looks like that's been a focus of their game planning all week. Been really aggressive, looking to run and throw the ball ahead. But Sheffield, taking shots at the basket. So,
Oh, Zach Gachette there turns the corner and gets blocked there by Walker. And Sean Rembert rises high there off the rebound from Hampton. Gets to the line, goes, what a move there, takes the contact. Hampton playing good defense, but straight down the other end. And that quick offense there moved the ball down the floor quick from the Riders, paying dividends.
Yeah, great move back down this end by Rembert, but Leicester straight out off a made basket, getting a layup at the other end. Clearly made a massive effort in the tempo of the game.
King finds Bernardini, back out to King, who's wide open at the top, looks for that three, doesn't drop. Sharks secure the ball.
King was really, really strong, on threes when he was in the league a couple of years ago. Over 40% this year, struggling a little bit, just down at 29%, but he's a shooter if he's open. They're good shots. He just needs to start making a couple.
Clark with the ball for the Riders. Moves it around, Bernardini from way out, hits a three. NBA distance there, would have seen that one last night at the O2.
Yeah, so Bernardini's, started off the year on absolute fire from three-point, over 60%. He's cooled off a bit now, but, only 45, but I think if you gave most players, a chance to shoot 45% from the three, they'd snap your hand off.
Good defense there from Jordan Davis. Comes up with a steal as Clark drives in, and Zach Gachette comes down the lane this time. This time keeps the ball away from the long arms of Walker and lays it in.
Yeah, good concentration by Gachette, going to his left, really took his time. Had the shot before blocked, so it was the same guy, but stretched out and protected the ball really well with his body. Didn't give him a chance to block it.
Hampton gets to the middle, feeds Walker. This time the block comes from Tony Rublicki. And Jordan Davis comes down, finds Zach Gachette, open on the three, pulls up, doesn't drop. Good box out there from Hampton, holding Mike Tuck out.
Yeah, really good. Tuck's really good on the offensive boards, but Hampton, he kept him off there. Good box out. Tapped it to himself and then was able to grab it.
Clark comes off the screen, gets it into Taylor King. Bernardini, good pass out there from King.
Yeah. Obviously King had it in the post, but if there's one person on Leicester you don't want to help off, it's Tyler Bernardini. Made his first two tonight. So Sheffield really got to clamp down. Last week they had a problem with Danny Hilfer getting hot, and they couldn't do anything about it. So we'll see what adjustments they've been working on in practice this week and how they deal with Bernardini going forward.
Sean Rembert pulls up for three there, and away come the Riders again, fast down the floor. Hampton goes baseline there, but gets a foul call against Mike Tuck.
Yeah, he's clearly taken a role on. I'd guess. I guess Lyons went to him and said, "Are you comfortable coming off the bench?" And he's kind of embraced that six-man role. He's shooting it really well from all over the place. 50% on threes. He's a savvy. He's not quick, but he's really savvy, especially when he's got the ball. And kind of almost acts as a facilitator for Sheffield as well.
Mike Tuck there, but Jordan Davis goes in hard and gets a whistle there.
decent attempt up at the basket actually, considering the pressure he was under. But you know, really good, you know, free throw shooter as well. Oh no, sorry, no, he's not. I think when I seen him play at home, he shot the ball really well in Sheffield.
Likes these rings, Andrew. Likes these rings.
Yeah, yes, Sheffield are great. It's always a good place to play for a shooter. If you're a shooter, you usually shoot pretty well in here.
Mike Tuck there just stepping out to slow down Taylor King as the Riders advance the ball down the floor. Comes into Thompson there, sends it back out to Robertson, and Kellen Thornton pushes him out wide. Shot clock counting down there, and Taylor King gets past baseline there and makes the drive, and the pressure's coming up there from.
Yeah, they're giving Sheffield the pass into the front court and kind of running towards the guy like they're going to pressure him, but really they're just dropping back into man-to-man.
Malcolm Riley from the corner there, doesn't make it drop there for him, but away come the Riders again, so fast down the floor, and this time it's Bernardini, comes to the middle, looking to find somebody open, comes back out to Andrew Thompson. The Riders moving the ball around. Shot clock though going down, Bernardini looking to make a move, gets to the middle, good defense there from Kellen Thornton.
Yeah, did a good job of not fouling there, kind of, as Bernardini was moved with him, moved back, and didn't make the Cardinals thing a lot of players do, which is you know, bringing your hands down.
And, just tried to feed it into Kellen, but I think Kellen thought that was going up.
Yeah, I think it probably should have gone up. You know, good move. Took his time, got to where he wanted to. Nice little, you know, 8-foot shot. Mike Tuck needs to be shooting that shot.
Andrew Thompson for three. Gets the pass back for Washington there, and
yeah, so Thompson at 51% from the three.
Oh, the ball there just goes loose. Threats everywhere.
At the moment, yeah.
Jump out there from both the Riders player, leaves Mike Tuck up, and he gets the ball and he goes up in the air. Thornton gets the rebound and kisses it back off the glass.
Yeah. That's why he should have shot it the first time, because Thornton had great rebound in position. You know, Mike Tuck draws a lot of attention, and he really needs to shoot the shots he's supposed to shoot.
Bernardini's made two, misses that one. And Sean Rembert, another rebound. Trouble there comes, but managed to finish Kellen Thornton, who steps out. Malcolm Riley comes up with a rebound, doesn't quite get hold of it. And Washington fast down the floor.
Yeah, really quick Washington.
Thompson there, short. And Riley comes up with a rebound for the Sharks. Sharks need to get the scoreboard rolling a little bit. They're doing some well on defense, stopping the Riders now, but not making it count at the other end. Mike Tuck against Andrew Thompson, steps over, steps back. Doesn't drop. And Taylor King gets the ball, and away come the Riders again, so fast. Andrew Thompson from the corner there.
You know, Leicester's big guys are really getting down the floor, which is putting pressure on Sheffield.
Sharks moving the ball over, just passing it, and Riley from the corner.
Too many jump shots from Sheffield at the moment. Last 4 or 5 possessions, they've ended up with jump shots. The only basket being the offensive rebound.
Washington goes up against Thornton's arm, makes it drop, and hits the score. Turnover there, just Thornton was getting caught. The pressure coming from, and the Riders making that pressure count, getting the ball over into their hands quickly with turnovers. Riley there goes past Washington. Mike Tuck, and the foul comes there. 1 of 2 could be picked for that one, I think.
Yeah, he needs, you know, multiple subs already. I think he's played 8 guys. Obviously Sullivan out of the rotation today, so I think he's gone with the 8 guys, you know, that he plays, but he's, you know, subbed them probably a little bit more frequently, but allows guys to get in a bit better rhythm. You know, you come in, you play hard, go out, get your rest, you know, come back in again.
Mike Tuck going out there, probably just getting an extended rest over the quarter break. And in comes Tony Rablicki, who's like himself just 1 game back in from injury, so good defense there from the Sharks, but Thompson's left wide open at the top. And the rebound there comes back into Hampton's hands, and eventually Rablicki pulls that in.
Yeah, Sheffield got away with one there. Thompson should have made the 3, and then 2, you know, offensive rebounds. Sheffield got away with it. Need to get a good look at the basket here.
And Jordan Davies pulls up for three, gets that good look.
Yeah. Forced the switch, did a good job, forced the switch, took his time. Thompson was backpedaling a little bit, pulled up and made the three. Now Sheffield really needed to finish the quarter.
So we end the first quarter. It's the Sharks 16, the Riders 25. That three bringing it back to single figures from Jordan Davies for the Sharks, who are now down by 9. Sharks will certainly want to be trying to keep him quiet for the rest of the game if they can. Washington now. The Riders moving the ball around. Clark looking to get it inside. Feeds it into Andrew Thompson, who spins, but a good hands from Kellen Thornton. Gets a steal there, and the Sharks come up with the ball.
Yeah, Thompson got good position, but then as soon as he got it, all the Sharks defenders were in there. Good hand on the ball.
Ball goes back into Tony Rablicki, looking, spins baseline, kicks it out to Malcolm Riley, who pulls up with the shot clock counting down, hits a three, and it's down to a 6-point lead for the Riders.
Yeah, great start for Sheffield there. Good stop, and then work the ball on offense. Good drive by Rablicki, and good, nice finish by Riley.
Good defense there from the Sharks. Another steal and another opportunity for the Sharks. Zach Gachette looking there maybe for something, but comes inside to Kellen Thornton, who pulls up, hits a nice 8-foot jump shot. Washington pushing the ball, goes coast to coast so fast. The Sharks just not getting back there on that transition defense, Andrew.
No, and they had a few problems with it last week. Khan from Worcester, pushed the ball hard and quick a few times and got layups. Washington's that type of player. I don't think Leicester will have spoke about that particularly, but Washington's that kind of player. He's so quick with the ball. You give him an inch, he's going to take a mile.
Blicky there goes with the shot, doesn't drop, and the Riders come down. It's Washington again, so fast. This time he comes back out to Andrew Thompson for three, and Malcolm Riley there getting called for a foul. I think just trying to get position. Clark comes off the drive there, pulls up and hits that shot.
Yeah, pretty good player shooting off the dribble. 2s and 3s. I saw him play in a game against Glasgow. He had about 25 points, but really effective in the third quarter of the game off the dribble, making plays, 2s and 3s.
Zach Gachette pulls up, hits a 2, keeps the scoreboard in the Sharks' favour this quarter. But overall, it's still the Riders as Robertson pulls up and hits a big 3. Good shot there from Robertson.
Yeah, good job by Robertson. Sprinted to the corner. Pressure went on Sheffield's defence, and two guys. He ends up with an open 3. But then right back at the other end, Leicester don't match up in defence, and Rablicki gets an easy layup.
Washington there steps back, looking to make something happen. Pulls up. Hits a jump shot over the outstretched arm of Kellen Thornton.
Yeah, good job by Washington. Just came off the screen hard and size-wise, Washington really athletic. Probably saw Davis and just jumped straight over him.
Zach Gachette for 3. He's heating up a little bit now.
Yeah, back-to-back baskets by Gachette. Two made jump shots. He's trying to force the action.
Robertson from the other corner, and the Sharks through Thornton pull the rebound in. It's back to 6 points in the game. Both teams making tough baskets as Jordan Davies steps back and finds Malcolm Riley wide open underneath. Misses but gets the rebound and puts that in. What a pass from Jordan Davies. They fired that one in.
Yeah, stuck with it. Good job. Got slight mismatch for Riley, a little bit bigger than Clark, and took advantage of it.
Robertson misses that one. And Jordan Davies coming down the floor. It's 3-on-3. Steps back out. Doesn't want to go up against a big man.
Walker's, he's athletic. He's already got 1 block today.
Kellen Thornton for 3. Rattles in and out. And Washington quick down the floor again. Zach Gachette stands this ground. Sharks maybe should have just grabbed that then, but ends up back in Clark's hand. He's sending him baseline. Good defense so far from the Sharks as the shot clock's counting down. In it goes to Walker. held back by Tony Rublicki, who then gets the rebound. And the Sharks are having a good spell in the game now, brought it back to 4-point game.
Yeah, Sheffield could probably...
Davies there takes a long three, looking for something from the referee, but not given.
Sheffield could probably take a little bit of a leaf out of Leicester's book when they're doing a great job rebounding, but they could probably outlet it a little bit quicker. Because the times they have run, okay, they've got they've caught Leicester in transition, so maybe look to exploit that a little bit more.
Riley goes through there, getting bumped all the way through. A referee calls a foul.
And they've started getting a few easier baskets, started attacking the baskets, and then that's in turn led to them making some jump shots as well. You know, I know in the game we've moved towards shooting a lot of threes, but it all starts at the basket, no matter what level you're playing at. Get the easy baskets, okay, find yourself a little bit of rhythm, and then work your way back.
Malcolm Riley takes his time, makes them both. It's back to a 4-point game here at EIS Sheffield. The DBL Sharks versus the Leicester Riders. Bernardini with the ball. Oh, nice pass inside to Walker, who rises up and jams it home.
Yeah, Sheffield, I don't know, I'm not sure how they're playing the screens, but if you're guarding Bernardini, just chase him off the screen. You don't need the hedge as much. You trail him off the screen.
Mike Tuck spins, steps back, doesn't get it to drop, and away come the Riders with Bernardini, and they find Hampton, who steps back inside, comes off the dribble. A lot of physical contact there. Mike Tuck comes up with the ball. And Zach Gachette finds Malcolm Riley down the middle, finds Mike Tuck trailing down there. Don't think he meant that pass, but it looked a great pass.
I don't know, it was a really good pass. It was a really good pass. I think he did mean it because he didn't have enough power on it to get to Gachette, who was a little further over from Tuck. But it looked great.
Clark there uses the screen, but the ball gets round to Hampton, who ends up on the floor. And Tony Rublicki comes up with the ball, and the Sharks have a chance coming down the floor, and it's Zach Gachette who jams it home. And that's enough for Coach Paternostre. He wants a timeout. He's not happy about what happened there on the floor. I think he thinks his man got fouled. Clark with the ball for the Riders. Finds Thompson, feeds it inside to Taylor King, who goes up. Zach Gachette there, just making sure Robertson was edged out of it, come up with a rebound. Sharks looking to find a way through this Riders defense. Rashawn Rembert there just trying to feed it into Tony Rublicki, and he's in the block to try and make those moves. That comes off a Riders foot. Oh, wow.
Yeah, easy call for the ref, easy call. Hands straight in there. But I think Sheffield, when they're coming off those screens, they need to keep coming off aggressively. When they come off passive, Leicester's so big. They're able to disrupt. If you come off aggressive and quickly, forces Leicester to do something.
Sharks get the ball in the corner to Zach Gachette. Doesn't drop, and Mike Tuck pulls it in. Jordan Davis there looking for a quick look inside. Wraps it inside to Tony Rublicki, who scoops it up, and it drops in there. Clark coming down the floor quickly, finds Taylor King, who good pass down the middle.
Yeah, great pass by Davis at this end, but Leicester out quickly in transition again off a made basket. Scoring at this end, Lions not going to be happy with that. Paternostre though would be absolutely ecstatic.
Travel called there against Rashawn Rembert. It's a 2-point game, close game here. Both teams doing a great job in making this game exciting for everybody that's in the building. Bernardini comes up, uses the screen, but good hands from the Sharks there, but a whistle call. Taylor King at the top there, just waiting for somebody to step out. Bernardini there goes Ball's getting moved around into the corner. Robertson's in the far corner, doesn't drop, and Mike Tuck gets the rebound. I think pushed to him from Kellen Thornton as Jordan Davies comes straight down. Ball's moving around from the shots, ends up in Rembert's hand, and this time it's in Kellen Thornton, who spins, steps back, hits a nice fadeaway, and Mike is a big jump of everybody there, and the referees say it's a Riders' ball.
Yeah, a good offense down this end by Leicester. Really, got a little bit of penetration, then swung the ball, ended up with an open three, and same thing down the other end with Sheffield. Probably ended up with a bit tougher shot, but good effort by Gachet on the offensive board. But he's the one that tapped it out.
Oh, ball there, foul call there. Kellen Thornton, I just think the pass there should have maybe you got picked off by Sharks player. Kellen did get a hand on it, but
yeah, I mean it's tough. We could see the offense developing, and he got a hand on it, and as he dived for it, obviously Bernardini picked it up and it took him into it. So definite foul there.
Yeah, I don't think anybody was complaining of the foul call.
Yeah, a bit unfortunate, but sometimes it happens.
Bernardini steps back and hits a long two.
Yeah, that's Rembert dived under the screen, and with you just got to trail Bernardini. It's about knowing the scouting report. I cannot believe the T. Lion said try and dive up the middle. If you get any kind of contact or you're a step late, it's going to be a wide open three, and Bernardini made a shot.
Jordan Davies rearranged it. I think was hoping to get some contact there, didn't come.
Yeah, he likes to go for the contact, but sometimes you just got to lay it up, and that was one of those times. You can't draw contact on every single play. Just lay it up. It's an easy, wide open left-handed layup. And then Leicester run it right back the other end and score in transition again.
Down your face, and Riders stretching it out to 6 now. Sean Rembert looking, gets it into Mike Tuck. Going against Andrew Thompson, who spins, gets it, doesn't drop, and Thompson pulls a rebound in, and away comes the lightning transition defense, and it's Bernardini again, who hits a three. And just when it was getting, the Sharks had edged their way back into this game. I think wanted to make sure they got a good look at this offense, have an extra player out there at the start. Andrew just managed to get that sorted.
That would always help.
Mike Tuck with the ball for the Sharks, looking to try and get it. Finds Rashawn Rembert. Ball moves round, it's in Michael Riley's hands. Trying to get the ball inside, calls for the screen. Feeds it in, the ball goes loose, and Bernardini pulls it up. Comes down the floor quickly. Pretty sure that wasn't the play that was drawn up.
Paternoster was over here screaming at him to take the last shot of the quarter.
And Clark gets it to drop. Tony Rablicki just pushing it out, but it already counts.
Yeah, got easy goaltending. Good drive by Clark.
Ball comes in,
really
and Rembert pushes it up. Doesn't go anywhere near that one. So here we go. It's half-time here in Sheffield at the EIS, and it's the DBL Sharks 38 and the Leicester Riders 49. Welcome back, everybody, to the start of the second half here at the EIS Sheffield. The DBL Sharks versus the Leicester Riders. Andrew, great finish in that second quarter there by the Riders. A great start by the Sharks, got it back to 2. And then the Riders just turned it on down the stretch and stretched it out to 11. So it's an interesting game. Sharks need a good start.
Yeah, good start. First offense, come down, probably like to see him get something inside. And then I think it's getting back to getting some good stops, and then getting out in transition and putting pressure on Leicester that way.
Jordan Davies there calls the play for the Sharks. Mike Tuck looking to get it inside. Feeds it out. Rashawn Rembert comes all the way around there. Taylor King nearly gets a hand on it. Just comes off a Rider's leg.
Leicester.
Blicky there, just make sure Jordan Davies gets the ball. Yes. Mike Tuck there with the screen, and trying to get that ball. Zach Gachet comes to the middle there. Just crumbles a little bit under the defensive pressure. And that Pierre Hampton there goes up strong, and Tony Rablicki there gets called for the foul. Hampton makes them both.
So Leicester interestingly coming out with less pressure to start this half.
Sean Rember there goes baseline, goes underneath the ring, under the pressure from Bernardini, doesn't get that to drop, and the riders come down the floor quickly again. Fine Walker, who gets Mike Tuck up in the air, kicks it inside, good ball movement there. Hampton misses that shot.
Yeah,
could have been a little bit of a travel, but nothing given by the referee. So
yeah, might have been, but didn't call it, and he'll be disappointed that he, wasn't able to finish that shot. Because I think maybe he was expecting a bit of contact, but none came, and ended up just rolling off the rim for him. Good break for Sheffield.
Ball comes all the way around to Jordan Davies, who pulls up, kisses it off the glass. Clark comes out, puts him under a lot of pressure there. And this time Sean Rembert comes away with the ball. And he lays it up off the glass. Yeah. The Sharks just 2 quick scores there.
Yeah, good concentration by Rembert. Bernardini was running hard. But doesn't really usually try and block too many shots. Bernardini just, tried to force the offensive player to miss, but good concentration to finish it.
Bernardini comes off the screens and hits a 3. Keeps his score ticking along there. That takes him up to 16, I think, in this game. So
yeah, Sheffield needs to do a better job staying attached to Bernardini. Like 5 threes, I think. Is it now, or 4 threes?
Oh, great pass from Malcolm Riley into Rublicki. Just set it. Rublicki did a good job sealing his man there, and Malcolm Riley just fed it into him, and he just rolled around and laid it in.
Yeah, 16 points for Bernardini, 4 threes, but I think he's got 5 threes.
Oh.
Yeah.
Check that, this could be 5. Doesn't make that one, and Rublicki pulls the rebound in for the Sharks. So
yeah. Two to start the game, 2 at the end of the first half, and then a 5th one just there. But and could have had a 6 there. Sheffield need to stay attached to him.
Malcolm Riley comes down the middle there, gets all the way around, but the defense says Bernardini comes up with the ball, feeds it out to King. Hands coming in, but Clark then, ball moving everywhere. What a ball, just keeps moving and moving and moving, and Taylor King there shoots the long 3. I think the Riders gave up a couple of better looks than the one that he had, so.
Yeah, Bernardini could have shot it, but you're never mad at the extra pass.
Malcolm Riley there, skinning all the way through, kicks it out to Mike Tuck. Ball doesn't drop, and good job there by Clark to secure it under the pressure from Rashawn Rembert. And Taylor King now comes to the middle and gets the foul call there.
But result for Sheffield.
Said it was on the floor. Bernardini comes off to curl, doesn't get that.
Yeah. Leicester not in the bonus, nobody too upset with that effort of play, but a little bit more attached to Bernardini there and made it a bit more difficult shot, and he missed it.
Davies looking to get that something happening for the Sharks, trying to find a way inside, not there. Finds Malcolm Riley outside, who screens from Mike Tuck. Ball comes back around. Jordan Davies gets past the players, looking to get something, and Tony Rublicki helps him out. He's rejected by, and somehow the hands are coming from everywhere, and the ball just slips out of Malcolm Riley's hands.
But Leicester switching pretty much every screen, so they're taking the press off, and now they're just switching every screen just to give Sheffield a bit of a different look and hopefully cause them a few more problems.
Riders moving the ball around, skipping it up. Clark then ends up with the ball. The shot clock's counting down. He steps out from way out, puts it up, and the ball goes off the ring and out of bounds. Jordan Davies to put himself in a bit of trouble. Shot clock's counting down now. Davies gets to the middle, goes up, doesn't get it to drop there. An outcome straight away. Bernardini just gambling. Straight easy too. Yeah. Sharks working too hard for the points at the moment.
Yeah, good job by Leicester looking the other way, and almost last couple of drives, Sheffield looking for contact at the basket. It's not always going to be there. So if you don't want to go right to the basket, just pull up and take a 6-8 foot jump shot.
Thornton steps up for that 12-foot jump shot there, and Washington finds Thompson. The Riders doing a great job moving the ball around. Bernardini goes baseline. goes to the basket and gets some contact there. The ES ring's not so friendly there for Bernardini.
Well, he's an 89% free throw shooter. So I guess he'd have been coming in tonight expecting 100% in Sheffield. Whoa.
Misses 2, but the rebound pops up in his hands, and the defense there comes in, and Mike Tuck rips the ball away.
Yeah, so that was an interesting sequence. Bernardini missed 2 free throws, which you don't see, and then gets his own offensive rebound, and Sheffield got away with it and come down the other end.
Hoping to punish that. Jordan Davies comes to the middle, tries to feed it into Rashawn Rembert, and he comes up with it. And Kellen Thornton comes in, steps around everybody, doesn't drop for him. Thompson pulls in the rebound. And away come the Riders again. Ball movement there. Riders finding people open, looking. Thompson steps in, feeds it opposite to Bernardini. Misses that. And Thompson pulls a rebound in again. And it moves around. This time it's Taylor King on the opposite side. He drives, and the Sharks reaching in there.
Yeah, he's missed 2 threes in a row. You got to take him out.
2 free throws as well.
No, he's been playing really well. Yeah, 2 free throws as well. And he's played really well this game, though. He's played really well. You know, energetic, made his open shots. A block shot as well. So, you know, definitely having a good game.
Malcolm Riley for 3. Sparks the offense for the Sharks. At the moment, the Riders just pacing the game. It's back to 9.
Yeah, Sheffield gone a bit smaller here, so it's going to be interesting to see what they do on defense.
Washington from the opposite side hits a 3.
And everyone sagged in a little bit, probably because Rembert was on Taylor King, and good pass out by King. Good shot by Washington.
And Riders come up with a steal. And Rashawn Rembert there just a little bit too physical on the defensive end. Clark makes them both. Riders in control at the moment, leading by 14, but Jordan Davis there, good pass inside to Davis.
Yeah, good cut, and he just looked to finish it. But
ball movement there, comes back out to find open Riders players, and Washington for 3. Doesn't drop, but this time Rashawn Rembert comes down and just makes sure of the basket. Back to 10. The Sharks just managing to not let the Riders go away too far, but can't seem to eat into where they started the quarter.
Yeah, it's pretty much how it's gone. Leicester seem to be making timely buckets and timely plays just to keep the Sharks at arm's distance.
Thompson pulls up for 3. This time the Sharks do get out to there with Jordan Davis's arm. Sharks move the ball back out to Mike Tuck. They're trying to get something going. Rashawn Rembert there finds Zach Gachette, who rises from behind the basket and tips it in.
Yeah, Gachette really good moving on the baseline. Your defender often gets caught in that position, you know, looking at the ball because the drive happened to the basket, and he does a great job relocating, moving along the baseline.
Clark there fakes the shot but gets it back out to Thompson. Zach Gachette runs across. Robertson comes in for the offensive rebound, but Mike Tuck pulls it in. And here come the Sharks trying to make sure that they keep that scoreboard rolling, but the Riders doing a great job. Every time the Sharks look like they might make something happen, as Malcolm Riley gets King up in the air, steps underneath and drops that. It's back down to a 6-point game.
Yeah, so Sheffield again just chipping away a little bit. Good play there. You know, you got to honor Riley at the top, and you know, he got inside, took his time, and finished a tough shot. Robertson calling the guys forward, wants to try and get it inside, finds Thompson, who's
feeds it opposite to Clark, who steps up from way out, doesn't drop, and Rashawn Lambert gets it. And the Sharks come down the floor, chance to find Zach Gachette wide open in the corner. It doesn't drop for him. It's a good look from that corner. Sharks just slow that offense down a little bit. A slight, the Riders holding the ball now for the end, the last shot of the third quarter. Screen there's Clark, feeds it into Washington. It comes back out to Thompson, who drives, doesn't drop. And no whistle call there, and the Sharks make the defensive stop at the end. I think Coach Paternoster not happy about that, wanted something from it, but doesn't get it in the end of the third quarter. 18 points. He's only made 4 threes, Andrew. I don't know where the fifth was, but
the fifth one was in the start of the third quarter. He made 2 at the start of the game, 2 in the end of the second quarter, and 1 at the start of the fourth.
Here's Andrew Thompson backing down Malcolm Riley. Does a good job there to get it off the glass and in. And
yeah, that's where, Thompson, he has good post moves, and when he has a smaller guy, he does a really good job of taking advantage of that. And but Sheffield are kind of trading off for looks like that.
Malcolm Riley hits a 3. It's a 5-point game.
Yeah, I don't think the way Leicester play, and they're going to look to exploit that. They run equal opportunities.
Comes off Robertson's knee there. A good defense, or just Robertson's defense? Just a mistake, not sure, but technical foul called there on Coach Rob Paternoster. Riders lead. Sean Rembert hits the first. 15 left in the game. Chance for the Sharks to
big
chip
play
away
for
a little
teams.
bit more.
Big play for both teams. So for Sheffield,
Sean Rembert takes a long look, doesn't drop, and away comes Hampton with the ball. Zach Gachette manages to get the offense slowed down, and Robertson gets inside, and another turnover from Robertson there.
That was a tough pass, that. Tough pass to throw and a tough pass to catch, and didn't quite connect for Leicester. But you feel like momentum's key right here. If Sheffield get the next score, it could be massive in the context of the game.
Zach Gachette comes round the screen from Mike Tuck, steps, gets called for travel there.
He's got the favourable matchup, and he's been exploiting it well.
Bernardini's back in the game. Goes round, uses the screen. Mike Tuck steps out. Some strong defense there. Clark just holding the ball. The clock counting down. Drives to the middle, pulls up, doesn't get it. Somehow comes up with the ball, and Walker there gets it to go in, even with a hand on top of it. Tough play, a big important play in the game, Andrew.
Yeah, big play by Leicester, big basket. They shot a few threes recently, and then shows the importance for them. They still need to get to the basket.
Rashawn comes down there, goes off the glass, and Mike Tuck rises above everybody and pushes it in off the backboard. It's a great game here in the IS Sheffield tonight. Both teams making it good as Clark comes down the middle and feeds it out to Hampton, and the ball's moving to the hot hands of Bernardini. Zach Gachette there just gambling a little bit, and Clark pulls up and hits a 3.
I thought
quiets the Sheffield audience.
I thought Clark could have had a layup earlier in the offense, but works out for him in the end. Ended up with the open 3.
Ball goes into the corner, tries to find it, and Zach Gachette nearly comes up with it, and it comes off Robertson again. Yeah. He's been a little bit unlucky with that. Yeah. It's physical in there, as kicked out. Roblicki's just come back into the game for the Sharks. Sean Rembert now, the shot clock's carrying down, crosses over, pulls up, goes off the glass. Wanted a foul there, didn't get it.
Just needs to play and get back. Robertson leaks out hard, and Sheffield almost got caught off a great play in transition.
Clark again, this time 7 minutes left in the game. 5 points in it between these two teams. Walker there, fakes it, feeds it into Hampton. Doesn't like the look, the shot clock's counting down, steps away. Wow, big shot there from Hampton there on the fadeaway.
Yeah, used a lot of the clock there. Obviously now you get the foul, only get a 14-second reset. Hampton did a good job taking his time and finish it. They've been really letting them play, especially at the start of this quarter. They've been, banging down at both ends, and I think sometimes that's where players' frustration, coach frustrations kicks in. Is all of a sudden, we're going to call an offensive foul or defensive foul on that, and it's just a little bit tough for the guys to adjust to.
Bernardini goes against Malcolm Riley. Oh, beautiful play there from Bernardini.
Yeah.
And just like that, 7 minutes, the game was close, and now it's stretched out. 9-point lead for the Riders. Just over 6 minutes left. Mike Tuck now gets the ball.
Needs to make a move.
Steps away, puts it up, doesn't drop. Sharks can't get the rebound, and Clark pushes the ball down the floor. Ball gets moved around again. Hampton spins in. Travel call there by the referee. Jordan Davis waving Malcolm Riley away there, looking to try and Rembert gets it down inside to Thornton, who kicks it back out to Jordan Davis, who goes with a flick, feeds it inside to Thornton. It's not going up yet. The shot clock's counting down. Rembert finds Mike Tuck in the corner, who pulls up. Need this, the Sharks know, but Thornton gets the rebound and kisses it off the glass. Good play there from the Sharks. Just keep hustling away, not letting the Riders get too far away from them. And that basket sees Coach Paternoster call a timeout for the Riders. Great game. Riders inbound the ball with Clark. Clark's calling somebody up. Nobody's come there for him. Walker now, they feed it into Hampton. He's just made a nice turn fade away. Is it the same play? No, this time goes to the middle. The hands come in, and this time the Sharks come up with the ball. Ball comes in, they see Mike Tuck there. All big shots right now. Misses the second by a long way. I think a little bit of an adrenaline rush there. It's a 6-point game. Sharks needed to make another stop, but the Riders just using up some of that clock now. Oh. Clark left open, misses that one, and Mike Tuck pulls in another rebound.
Yeah, Sheffield got away with one there. Let's see if they can come down this end and manage to take advantage.
Malcolm Riley comes off the curl, goes all the way. There's a foul called there against Andrew Thompson.
Always a little bit risky throwing it that way. Clark could have got it, or Thornton missed it. They're going the other way in transition.
Jordan Davis finds Mike Tuck, who crosses over, finds Thornton, who's blocked by Taylor King there. Just got caught under the backboard a little bit. Clark comes around Rembert, who's looking to try and get a steal. And this time, Kellen returns the favour to Taylor King and gets the blocking at the other end.
Yeah, great block. King kind of jumped forward, and he managed to avoid the contact.
Big rebound there by Bernardini, just took it out of Mike Tuck's hands.
Yeah, it looked for all that will in the world that Tuck was going to get that rebound, but great athleticism
Clark
by Bernardini.
There. Great read by Clark there, saw the middle wide open and just stepped into the gap for the easy dish to lay it in. Just when the Sharks making some headway there, Andrew.
Yeah, just got caught all ball watching.
Big three from Rashawn there, they needed that. Coming up to 3 minutes left in the game. Yeah, it's back to 5.
Massive. Again, Sheffield just chipping away.
It's physical out there as Thompson does another great move, just spins back inside again.
Yeah, he likes to go to his over his right shoulder and turn that way, but again took his time, again finished really well, and just important basket for Leicester, just keep Sheffield at arm's length.
Offensive foul called there against Kellen Thornton. Chance now for the Riders to just punish that turnover. Bernardini cuts hard, Clark goes left to the middle, tries to come up with it, spins, loses his footing, and the Sharks get an easy turnover there, but foul there from Clark.
Again, Sheffield looked to push it a bit because it's starting to get into a bit, okay, we've got to do something quick, and they pushed the tempo a bit and got something positive.
Sean there comes round off the screen, looking to try and get it into Mike Tuck. Sean crosses over there. Sean there trying to get it inside, but nobody there to give it to, and Thompson pulls it in. Blicky now guarding, ball's moving around.
Leicester just trying to use some time, good pass.
Great pass there from Bernardini to Thompson. Just moves the game out of the reach of the Sharks a little bit. They're going to have to make something quick happen. Riley from the corner, hits a three. He's been the guy that's been scoring for the Sharks, making those shots. Sharks, bit of full court pressure here. Clark brings the ball in under some pressure from Rashawn Rembert. Just keeping the ball alive, waiting for the screen. Goes up there, doesn't drop, and Riley pulls the rebound in, and the Sharks come down with the ball. Davis steps back for three, doesn't drop. Rublicki gets the rebound and brings it back in, and a timeout's called. It's an inbound in the ball. Clark gets it there. Malcolm Riley keeping him active. Clark looking to make something happen.
Leicester to the horn set and into that ball, down screens.
Thompson gets to the middle, goes up, gets a foul there called by, I think, on Rashawn Rembert. We'll just wait for the referee. Yep.
This next one's a big shot. If he makes it, it's two possession game, 2 3-pointers. So that can make a lot of difference to Sheffield.
And he makes it. Job's clear for the Sharks now.
If I was Sheffield, I'd still try and attack the basket. Still plenty of time left.
That's what.
Good
job
drive
there.
by Davis.
Great drive. Just what you said to happen, and it still happened. So go to the line. The clock stop. Chance to get some points on there. Jordan Davis hits the first.
Again, if he makes this one, you can probably go for this, try and get the steal, but I think you're going to have to,
Sharks pressing full court here. Malcolm Riley stepping up to Washington.
Yeah.
Tony Rublicki there. Hands there, and it comes off. Good hands from Jordan Davis there. Gets the ball off Andrew Thompson. Davis inbounding the ball for the Sharks. We get it into Rublicki, who gives it him back. Davis pulls up for three, doesn't drop, and it comes off for Riders play. The Sharks get another chance. 23 seconds left in the game. We get the ball into Rashawn, who goes up, doesn't get it. Mike Tuck goes up, nothing called there. Ball comes back in. Malcolm Riley comes up with it, and a steal there from Tyler Bernardini. I think Malcolm Riley trying to claim he was shooting that one. Makes the first. Wow, it's getting close here in Sheffield. And the second. The press comes. The Sharks trying to get it in. Oh, and the ball's counting down, and the Riders doing a good job. But a turnover there. And the Sharks get a chance with 7 seconds left. Looking to inbound, the ball's live. They get it in, Malcolm Riley gets the ball. He goes to the middle, and good hands there from Bernardini. And the Sharks managed to get the ball stopped there. Nothing called for the, I think, Malcolm Riley. Thompson makes the first. This one really seals it for them, and he makes it. And Riley, Sean throws it long, but a good result there. Great game for both teams here tonight, Andrew. You know, came all the way down to the wire. Good fight back from the Sharks, but the Riders held out to win it.
Yeah, just Sheffield couldn't quite get over the hump. They, kept fighting. Had a tough start to the game, but kept fighting. Had a chance to tie the game at the end, which is all you can ask for, especially when you're playing against these top teams. Just didn't work out for them tonight. Leicester, I think, happy to get out with the win. Some good performances. Bernardini played really well. It was probably quite fitting that he managed to get the defensive stop at the end that helped seal the game for Leicester.
So, thanks for watching tonight. Coming up in the BBL Championship is the Bristol Flyers versus the Worcester Wolves. That's on tomorrow. And also in the BBL Trophy there was the London Lions, I think it's the Surrey Scorchers, and in the BBL Cup Final on Sunday, the big one, Andrew. Your former team, the Newcastle Eagles versus the Glasgow Rocks. I know who you want to win that game, but who do you think will win it?
I think Newcastle will win. They've stumbled a bit coming back off the break. I spoke to Fab last week, and they were playing really well before it, and they've just probably not quite at the level they were before the break. But Glasgow also struggled coming off the break, and I just think Newcastle's big game experience. I know they don't have Charles Smith anymore, but I think Ramon Fletcher's been playing outstanding, and DeAndre Parks has come in, and as a rookie, he's really savvy with the ball and shoots the three really well. There's a nice floater going to the basket, and I just think the guys around them, Lasker, Darius, are probably just going to have enough to get Newcastle over the line.
Well, we'll see. Hope everybody watches that one. And we'll all thank you for watching tonight. The Leicester Riders take this one, 82-78 over the DBL Sharks.
I'm with Malcolm Riley. He is our VIP for tonight. Now, Malcolm, we lost tonight. However, it was a close loss, and of course it was against one of the top teams in the league. How did you feel like it went?
We definitely came out and we played. We picked it up in the second half. That was our big thing. We started off kind of slow, but we got things going in the second half, and unfortunately we just didn't get it done.
What do you think changed in that second half? Was there something the coach said, or Mike, or?
He definitely gave us a little pep talk. He got in a couple players, so that definitely motivated a couple guys. And, we definitely going to build off this loss, and we just build off that from there. We definitely played better than last week.
That's great. And of course, you guys are playing Manchester Giants. I mean, are there some things that you guys are going to work on for that game?
Yes, we are. We're going to go back and watch some film and do some more scouting. That's what we can do. Build with the practice tomorrow.
All right. Thank you so much, Malcolm. All right. Well, it was a valiant effort for the DBL Sharks Sheffield, even though they had a loss against the Leicester Riders of 82-78. I'm Jeannie McGinnis. Good night.